The Masters Tournament 2025 will go down in history as one of the most incredible finishes in Masters Tournament. It's a Sunday that we will never forget. Rory McIlroy finally got that monkey off his back. It's been a 11, 14-year journey, and he's now completed the Grand Slam. I'm here with my special guest, Jason Agnoli. Jason, how's it going?
Going great today.
Jason, Rory has silenced the critics, the naysayers. He completed the Grand Slam, and he's only the sixth golfer in history to complete the Grand Slam. We haven't seen a golfer since Tiger Woods in 2000 to complete a Grand Slam. 25 years later, incredible. Rory has been here before. He has entered the final round with the lead in 2011. That didn't go so well for him, but those failures, those experiences led to him today, to him being the Masters champion. We saw the blunder that happened last year against Bryson at Pinehurst. They came into the final round as of Rory versus Bryson, part two. Clearly, Bryson did not have a great final round. Justin Rose, who had a great round one and two, did not so much in round three, but bounced back in round four, finished second, which he's content with that. But this is about Rory. That expression, Jason, will go down in history.
Yeah, what I gotta say is, that was 11 years of emotion that came out of him. Um, Actually going back even further to 2011, 14 years of emotion coming out of him. He's been so close before, and after seeing him fail at the US Open, um, it crushed him. And he said as much, and it looked like he was about to do it again, about to slip away, that double bogey, the terrible start to the round. He said in that moment, now what really impressed me is his ability to reset and reframe it. After the double bogey, he thought back to John Rahm and said John Rahm double bogeyed the first hole and still won the tournament. And of course, Rory went on to win. So it was really impressive to see how he bounced back from that. But again, like you said, people had their doubts, but he's only the sixth player in history to do this, and he's still at the top of his game. So it was something special, like you said. We'll always remember it, and I wonder, I don't doubt it'll be the last time we see him in contention at Augusta.
Yeah, I don't see him slowing down whatsoever. He's 35, but you don't see not even a slight of bit of him slowing down. Him winning, Jason, we can also apply that to our lives and anything that we desire, that we have to go through the ugly moments, the tough times. And if we just stick with it, continue to work and improve, we will see the glory. And Rory, just like Tiger Woods in 2019, even in tennis, if for those who follow tennis, Carlos Alcaraz, he struggled this season and he recently won at Monte Carlos. So these are when you see that when you watch this is why sports, that's the beauty about sports. You see an athlete fail time and time and time again, but then when they finally win, that's what makes the story so impeccable, so astonishing. So Rory, I mean, the emotion, so authentic. And then even him getting interviewed by Jim Nance, as you know, that's part of the formula every
Yep.
year on CBS. Him getting emotional when he talk about his parents. All those things gives you goosebumps. I mean, if you don't have a heart, I mean, those things get to you. I mean, seeing that, his emotion, him celebrating with his family. I mean, it's a. I mean, I know that we're in April of 2025, but me personally, I'll put that up there. Not as the number one incredible moment of this year, but it's gonna be up there in top five or top 10 in my opinion.
Oh, for sure. Out of all sporting moments that could happen this year, this has been in the works, again, like Rory said, for 14 years. So to see that happen, and I like what you said before of being able to just keep going, be confident in yourself and do it. Like he said on the green during the ceremony, he looked at his daughter and his wife and said, never ever give up. I want you to know that, Poppy. And that was just an incredible moment, not only professionally, but then also talking to his kid and everybody else listening there too. One quick shout out I gotta say is to our second place finisher, Justin Rose. I believe this is his third Masters coming in second place. And there's so many other tournaments he's finished in second place too. I believe he's 37, so a little bit older, but he's been there, consistently there, but has very few wins in majors. I think he has two majors, maybe three. He's won the US Open and that's it. Um, so I don't know how he dealt with that mentally in the moment. You saw him on TV go and congratulate Rory, stick around and clap for him. And then through all his interviews, not even like a doubt of himself or a doubt of Rory or any criticism of other golfers. Really carried himself with class, and it really impressed me. That's a true mark of a great sportsman-like behavior and confidence in himself that he'll be back next time. So I have to mention it because I can't imagine what he's going through. Even though Rory's very public in his struggles, um, people don't really see Rose and how close he's come in the past. He just doesn't have the same name.
And I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, no one saw Justin Rose. So nobody gave him a chance to be
No.
competitive in this tournament. All the talk was about Rory, Scotty Scheffler, even Ludwig in that regard. And speaking of Ludwig Aberg, him, just like Bryson DeChambeau, I would love to see them in the future win a Masters, have that attached to the resume. I really like those guys. And but Justin Rose, man, what he did rounds one, two, and even the final round, for him to come back the way he did in the final round after a not so pleasant round three, that was just sensational, especially for his age. And the class act that he demonstrated um after the tournament was just sensational. As for Bryson, visibly he was upset. He was disappointed in himself, the way he performed in round four. But I liked his attitude in the sense that he knows that there's a lot of room for improvement. And I won't underestimate him going forward. But he put up a good fight in this tournament. It's just that, only one man could come out on top. And as we said it even before logging in here, I feel that Rory was due for this. He was due for a victory, and everybody was pulling
Yeah,
for
I
him.
mean he
Most
had
people
I
were
think
pulling for
three
him.
this year already.
Yeah, yeah,
So he was hot at the right time. He has been so consistent. And kind of the same way Justin Rose has been consistent. Justin Rose hasn't won. Rory's been there and won multiple times already this year.
yeah. This marked his 29th career PGA Tour victory, his third win of the season. He's having a sensational season this year, but man, this was it. He needed this. He got it. He got the Masters. He completed. Now he can relax. Obviously, he's still going to perform at a high level, but in
Yeah, do you
terms of,
think this makes him more confident and a better golfer now that he doesn't have, that 14 years of waiting in the back of his mind?
I believe so because I'm gonna say one of the reasons. There could be a few reasons why, but one of the biggest reasons why I feel that he will continue to go is because of one man that a lot of people revere and try to emulate, and that's Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods, he accomplished so many things early on in his career, but the thing about Tiger is that he, with him, is never enough. He wants to continue to win no matter what, and he will continue to practice. He's one of those great athletes that he knows he's great. He knows he's accomplished this, but he will treat every event like if he's a rookie. He never stops. He practices extensively. And Rory is one of those golfers that looks up to Tiger. He looked up to him. And he even said it in the interview that watching him winning the Masters in 97, becoming the youngest golfer to win the Masters. Everyone, including him, tries to emulate like him. So I feel that Rory, now that he's got this, he's gonna, in my opinion, and I could be wrong, he's gonna channel that Tiger Woods in him in the sense that he will not stop. He will continue this momentum going. So, and I want him to. I like Scotty Scheffler. I mean, I'm a fan of every golfer that is great and they conduct themselves in a very professional manner. That's the kind of person that I am that I like to see in athletes. But it makes the sport much better when you see other golfers win. And this year, and yes, we could point that Scotty Scheffler's hand injury, took a massive toll on him and his game. But is the sport, any sport is great when you see other teams, other players winning. And this year we see Rory win. He's got three now. Last year, even though Scotty dominated last year, but we can't forget that Alexander Schauffele also
Yep.
racked up some big wins as well. So I think that this will be a huge confidence booster for Rory going forward.
Yeah, I definitely think so too. But I like what you said about effort and keep trying, keep going. The guy that finished 50th probably practices just as much as Rory McIlroy and has that same effort and same skill, but Rory just has it more in the moment when you need it. I think that's a lot of the mental game, being able to perform whenever, wherever, however you need to. Uh, One interesting thing is I want to bring up Bryson again, is there are different approaches to the game. Bryson called the scientist. He has all those one length irons. He modifies his clubs in unique ways, has a very strange way of going about it. But also on the range, well, at Masters they call it the practice facility. Bryson hit over 1,000 golf balls practicing during the tournament. Rory hit, I think I saw 371. So you see the difference there. Rory obviously taking the approach of like, I've been here before, I've practiced. The time to reinvent my swing is not now. It's just getting into it and getting to the tournament play. Well, Bryson was definitely more of a, I'm gonna try and improve even middle of the tournament. If you watch him on the range, like Rory is just there with his caddy. Bryson is there with two other guys reviewing the iPad, reviewing photos, reviewing videos, constantly trying to improve his swing during the tournament. Now, two very different approaches, and both of them can work. I just thought it was an interesting difference of somebody so analytical and into it, while Rory really tries to take a step back and let his game flow.
That's very interesting you bring that up, and I thank you for that because there could be things that we might know, and there's some things that we might not know. So you mentioning that, that's a very interesting thing that you mentioned. And again, when you want to be great at something, you have to be super relentless, wake up early in the morning, sometimes go to bed late, but you really have to put in hours and dedication to your craft, no matter what it is. Because when you do that, you know, great positive results will come. And but Jason, I can't stress this enough. Seeing Rory win like brought a huge smile to my face because I wanted that for him. I wanted him to finally to prove people wrong that he can win the big one, no matter how many years it has been. So, and I just can't help but to think the 2011 Masters and how just everything fell apart in that final round for him. And
You see,
and then
he was so much
and
younger
he was
then.
young and he was so much younger. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that. But still, like, but again, this is why, and no, and I don't mean to disrespect to interrupt you because this conversation has been going great and we're having fun with it. Like, yes, he was very young at the time, and yes, he could have gone down as one of the top five golfers to win their Masters under the age of 25. But again, everybody's story is different. Not everyone can accomplish at this age. Not everyone can do this. You know, when it's your time is your time. So, and for Rory, this is his time.
Yeah. How would that changed if he would have won in 2011? I mean, I believe like Rory probably would have done all the same things, but would have that career Grand Slam would have been out of the way already? Would he have performed differently in the following tournaments? There's like a few other questions of like, how does that change you mentally when you're already a champion? You've already won, the big one. Um, I think he would have continued, but all this pressure probably would have been on him in the same way. It wouldn't have been the same reaction. I wonder how that's changed him as a golfer. Like, there's definitely been nights when he's went practicing or working with his coach or working out, thinking, I just need that green jacket. So I always wonder how much of a difference would it make? Sure, he'd be great, but did not having the jacket push him a little extra for those 14 years?
And those are great questions because sometimes when you have early, immediate success, it might not pan out so good for you later on in the future.
Yeah, like Jordan Spieth, he's
Yeah.
probably one of them. He won the Masters 2015 pretty young. I think he was 21 or 22.
Mhm.
Like really young. And then from then he we came into like the era of like long drives. Dustin Johnson was the first back then to really be a long driver. And then you had Bryson and Rory go long driver. And Spieth's game, he said he's tried to chase the distance in a long drive. And that's just not his game, and he doesn't play as well when he's trying to hit long shots. Just to put it very basically of what he said is now he's had to kind of dial it back. So maybe that early success gave him the confidence, like, oh, I just got to do anything I can, and maybe that tripped him up. I mean, Spieth is still great; he's still in contention, but he isn't winning at the same rate that McIlroy, DeChambeau, Schauffele, even of course Scheffler have been.
Yeah, I agree. Jason, this was great. I am so glad that we were able to do um the full recap of the Masters. We didn't get to do a preview, but this is so much better because we saw an amazing outcome to this Masters tournament. I hope that we can run this back next month for the PGA Championship, which will run from May 15th through the 18th. So hopefully we could do a preview and a recap of that. Or if we could just do the recap, then great, but it all depends on our schedules. But we should definitely run it back because that's another one that I have on my radar that we should definitely talk about, the PGA Championship. Yes, there are other events that will be taking place in between it, but that's the next one that I don't know. I just have a great feeling about. I'm looking forward to see if we will have ourselves a new champion. I know last year Alexander Schauffele won the PGA championship, so I'm looking forward to see what he's gonna do for the rest of the season. Same thing with Collin Morikawa, Rory, and all these other terrific golfers, but so far, I'm enjoying the season, man. And for those of you who don't know, this is the first time that I'm actually doing a conversation um, with any sports content creator or whatever the case may be about the Masters. This is the first of many. So, Jason, thank you for being the first guy that I'm talking golf with because this is a sport that is very hard to find to talk about someone about that is not football, that is not basketball or baseball, which I love those sports. But when it comes to golf and tennis, those are tough, to find content creators to find. But I thank you so much for joining me early on this morning to talk about the Masters. And it's been a great story. It's been a great weekend, and I'm looking forward to many more collaborations about golf.
Yeah, of course, and the PGA is going to be interesting. Of course, the very difficult Oakmont after at the US Open. Uh, going to be exciting season of golf. A lot of good players coming up.